We are back with, you guessed it, another great Livewire demo. This time we have Mikey and the Colonel who have got Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway. Guys, let's get right into it. Will, I'm handing it off to you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the story of Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway first.
Brothers in Arms is a true historic fiction about what happened during the Operation Market Garden, September 1944. So we're going to put you in the boots of Sergeant Matt Baker. You're going to lead a squad of American paratroopers in the 101st Airborne Division in one of the largest airborne operations in history. You're going to land by glider, and for 10 days, you're going to lead that squad and fight through the historic battlefield of Operation Market Garden.
The Brothers in Arms series has always been a lot about tactical shooting and taking your time through combat and planning your attacks. Is it still like that, or has it become more run and gun, or is there a balance now?
Well, there's a big balance. We've been able to do a lot of interesting things with the new technology, and part of this is the ability to not only lead your squad and find the enemy, fix them with fire, flank them, and finish them, but also destroy cover and fight as an individual. So you can do many more things in this Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway game that you couldn't do in our previous games because of the new technology and because of all the effort we put into this.
There were a lot of threads open from the storyline from the previous two games. Are we going to see a lot of that stuff wrapped up this time?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We had a lot of fans really into the Allen and Garnett thread. We killed Allen and Garnett in the first game, and we never answered the question. That was on purpose. I didn't realize that there would be so many people that needed to know that answer. So we went out of our way to answer that question, and in a way that wasn't just, wishy-washy. It's very definite, and it involves some new characters as well. That happens a little later in the game. We actually showed that scene at the Dolby Laboratories about 2 months ago in San Francisco. This is where they screen Oscars, and to see like our cinematics on like a screen, it was phenomenal, and they were stunned. So it was awesome.
So let's fire this demo up.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
me and John
this
could talk
sounds
all
great,
day,
but
so
I want to
yeah.
see it.
All right, so right now I'm in a mission called Baptism of Fire. It takes place a little before halfway through the game. John, if you want to talk a little bit about the
this
history
is the
of
19th of September 1944, and what's happening right now is the Luftwaffe, the German Air Force, has just bombed in the night the city of Eindhoven. You have to understand that on the 17th of September, this huge airborne operation occurred, and the idea was to take a narrow highway that went 65 miles long and then launch a tank corps, thousands of tanks up this highway so that they could get a bridge across the Rhine, and that became the bridge too far. Now our story is all about the 101st Airborne, the base is that bridge. And so right now you're in this real historic moment, and you see Mikey maneuvering his squad and fighting the Germans.
One thing that's interesting about our game is that you don't necessarily have to always shoot your enemies. We want the squad to feel powerful. So what I'm actually doing is I just arrived here. I didn't actually fire a bullet, but by having fire fixed on this guy, I was able to scare him by arriving on his flank, and my squad actually finished the job for me. Which is kind of interesting.
Let me just interject. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I noticed the new cover system. Can you tell us a little bit about that, as well as some of the destructive cover?
Yeah, I can show you more destructive cover in a second. What you're seeing right now is a feature called Dig In. We wanted something that felt more cinematic, that kind of tied our storytelling into our gameplay. So we really wanted to make you feel like you're running down a wall, in Holland. It also gives us some new advantages about situational awareness. I can command my guys from a lot higher view. I can get a better view of the battlefield. And not feel like we're just stealing the gameplay away. Like it all feels like a natural process.
Now I'm going to say something really cheesy here, but
Go
wow,
for it.
that fire looks good.
Yeah.
That's some great looking fire.
The team has done a great job. The artwork in this and the way everything flows and the immersive scenery that you get, you just really feel like you're in World War II, which is what we wanted. And you see that Mikey is actually leading his squad. He's using real tactics, and he's leading his squad, and he's also in the fight. So if he's not careful, he'll get killed. And in the same time, if he uses his squad, he can effectively, defeat the enemy better. Now, he could fight this whole thing by himself, but that's a lot harder.
Now, you're still referring to the game as authentic, not necessarily realistic?
Well, the game is authentic. Go ahead, Mike.
It's both. It's always both. Some things are more about authenticity. We want it to feel legit. We want it to feel like war. But realism doesn't necessarily ever equal fun. And you really got to figure out those trade-offs. And I think we've gotten better over time. And we did different trade-offs this time. We're still as authentic as ever, but we made different trade-offs in realism, obviously, for the sake of entertainment.
As a professional soldier, I will tell you that the compromises we've made, the balance that we've created here is really impressive. I mean, you get an opportunity here to actually feel like you're in the fight. You get a chance to maneuver your squad. You get a chance to realize that if you're not careful, they will kill you. And the enemy is smart. So there's a lot of really immersive and fun items that we put into this that make it something that's an experience that I think people will really like.
Are you trying to get one of the slow-mo?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
cheese him with a grenade. These guys are a little harder to kill.
Okay.
Oh, I got him to
he
displace.
backed up.
Well, that was his mistake, so I'm just going to steal his cover real quick.
Yeah, maneuver your squad, and there you go.
Not necessarily about killing him every time. A lot of times it's just taking their ground that wins the fight.
And of course, we have the full suite of weapons. Right now, he's got a Thompson Submachine Gun, all authentically reproduced. You can zoom in and get iron sights and be very accurate.
Through the window.
Ooh, you're getting shot at right through the window.
Oh,
Back up,
Mike's
don't
gonna
get
die
killed
to
on me.
the-
Oh, you're the first one to die.
All right,
First
now,
one to
see, this
die.
is
You
what
were
happens
the
if
first
you're not
one to die
careful.
during his
You
demo.
die.
I don't have a job anymore. Is anybody hiring?
Well, the
Oh,
nice
that
thing
was
about
sad.
this is, remember that this shows you that you have to pay attention to where you are.
I've played that demo 15
you
times
have to
today,
use your
and
squad,
it's
you
give
know?
or take.
It is.
Sometimes they're way better. Like they just placed completely differently, and I was not expecting that.
Can you
And-
fire that up towards the last checkpoint, or do you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well,
I can just load the last
Okay,
checkpoint.
you can
again.
load up the
let's-
last
yeah, let's keep
checkpoint.
it going.
You know, in real life you're dead, but in games we want you to be able to, go back.
Yeah.
So obviously we have the opportunity to reload this, and still, the way you use your squad, the way you position yourself on the battlefield, all that's very important.
Yeah. Hopefully, me dying was actually a really good advertisement for our AI.
Yeah.
I displaced those guys and stole their cover.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he's like, "By the way, still here." And yeah, that was sad. All right. Let's see if I can.
And you don't want to run through the fire because that'll kill you as well.
Yeah, I want to see one of the slow-mos.
Okay. Now you notice those red icons, those are called suppression icons. You can turn those off if you don't want them, but they help you in your tactics. When they're white, that means that the enemy's suppressed. When they're red, that means it's dangerous, don't move. You see they're suppressed here. Oh, good shot.
Now, the last time I saw it, it looked like the violence was a little bit more intense this time than the previous
Absolutely.
games.
Yeah.
A lot more graphic.
Right,
actually.
and we have these moments that happen anytime in the game when they occur, like that one that just happened. Sometimes you'll see that in slow motion. The camera will move over and watch that, so you really get immersed into the situation.
Yeah, I need to push up this right side too.
Now, right now, he's maneuvering his squad. He just told those guys to put assault fire, supporting fire on those enemy that you saw behind those that cover to our right. Now, he's maneuvering to the left.
Oh, gotcha.
There's an enemy soldier, and he's on the horns of a dilemma.
Yeah.
He's being
Good
shot
to
at
know.
from one side and also being shot at by
gonna be twice.
Mikey. And Mikey's
Not
going to
gonna be
die here
twice.
if he's not
Gonna
careful.
be twice.
There's an MG. Hang on. I got this.
You don't want to be too heroic. That's when you get killed.
I'm gonna blow up this fence. and
Combat
get
patience is important.
through.
And you watch the
Creating his
destructible
own
fire.
entrance.
That's right.
Exactly.
Nice.
If you can't find a flank, you can make a flank.
Are we going to be seeing the new fire teams at all? I know there's
Yes.
there's a new,
Yeah, I'm ordering my
machine gun
MG
and
team up
stuff.
right now.
Got a 30 caliber Browning
Gun.
machine gun. He brings that machine gun team up, and they can put a lot of suppressive fire on the enemy. You'll also have a bazooka team in some chapters, and you have an opportunity to maneuver with both of those different types of teams.
I'm gonna have my MG team put some fire on this guy over here, so that I can take him out, and then go after the other machine gun nest over there.
If you want, you might explain why the screen turns red at certain times.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily getting
Yeah.
hit, right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. What happens is when you start to get hit, when you're close to being killed, you'll see that screen start to turn red. And in real life, when you're being shot at, your vision focuses and narrows. And so this is very, very interesting in how we've set it up, because it's similar to a real sensation that you get in a real situation. But it offers you an opportunity without a lot of heads-up display to show you're in danger.
So it's almost like a slow down panic attack.
Kind of, yeah. And then when you get behind cover, it gets clear again. So you realize where you should be safe and where you're not safe.
Interesting.
And we use the same red cover for the suppression icons. Red means danger, so when you see the icon red, you know you shouldn't be running around in the open. All right, well, see, right now he's got his machine gun team firing. See, that's his machine gun team firing, and he's maneuvering here. Now, if you move everybody at the same time, that means nobody's suppressing the enemy. But he's got those guys suppressed, and they're gonna kill you pretty soon behind these
man,
barrels.
you
This is not strong cover.
This is a white knuckle demo.
He's doing it.
My hands are sweating for you.
I'm about to drop the controller.
You know, we do all sorts of things
I'm
like
gonna give him the grenade. Miracle grenade right here, right here. Right
good,
here.
good,
all right,
good.
all right.
Come on, wait.
Oh,
Yeah, good job. All right.
Nice shot.
Mikey
That's a good
wins.
time to
Yeah, all right.
stop. Let's stop
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna take cover and.
Yeah. Okay. Well done, Mikey. You maneuvered the squad well.
Congratulations. I'm pulling that off. Just wrapping things up because we're running a little short on time. Anything else that we should know about you guys got planned for us?
Yeah, we actually brought you some swag. We got you the Brothers in Arms comic book. This came out about a month ago. We got also the Brothers in Arms novel. These are both signed for you guys.
Awesome. You mean, and by you guys, you mean
yeah, this
me,
is for
not
IGN.
Will.
Mikey is the author. Mikey is the author of the comic book, by the way, and
Issue
I'm
2 hits tomorrow, actually.
That's
so
right.
it's
And I'm the author of the novel,
Yeah.
and that novel comes out on the 29th of July in bookstores, and then we'll also have a history book will come out in October.
And the comic is published by Dynamite, and the novel is published
Random
by
House.
Random House. All right.
That is very impressive. Congratulations, guys, on all of the great work. And I'm definitely looking forward to how it all turns out for everybody. Thank you for joining us, and make sure and stay tuned.